Celebrities on YouTube, and he's a convicted pedophile. Who do your lovers think you are?
Dave's Farm lovers think I'm the god of cars and technical stuff.
And who do the Dave haters think you are?
A dirty pedophile like Michael Jackson who's just trying to attract kids to the farm so I can rape and molest them.
That's all coming up on 16 by 9. Here's Mary Garofalo.
Good evening and welcome to 16 by 9, The Bigger Picture. Dave Rock is a YouTube sensation, a Canadian daredevil, a mechanical whiz, and a convicted pedophile. His hair-raising stunts are watched around the world by millions, and your child might be on the computer right now visiting Dave's YouTube channel. Tonight, an exclusive investigation into Dave's world has made Google and YouTube stop and review their policies. He's become one of Canada's most popular, daring, creepy, and at times disturbing characters to come out of YouTube. His channel, known as David's Farm, is watched by millions of YouTube viewers around the world.
I got to be #1 in Canada, the most popular YouTuber in Canada in 2009.
His fans come here looking for adventure.
I'm from Australia.
I'm from England.
British bloke and this man known as Redneck Rickham are his closest friends.
Dave's the most generous person you can meet.
Out here, you respect each other, you know, and that's all it is. You don't have to respect the government, nothing else.
What goes on at this 100-acre farm in Lucan, Ontario, just outside of London, can only be described as something between the Neverland Ranch and Jackass the movie. And Dave Rock has been cashing in.
I made $100,000 last year from YouTube.
Dave even gave us a tour of what he calls his redneck resort, complete with concrete bunker. There's a man-made beach, a slide, and this hill where Dave often sits in the nude.
Being a nudist, this is where I get my suntans and watch the sunsets. It's just such a beautiful feeling.
He's been portrayed in the media as a lovable mechanical nerd, but few people know the dirty secret that recently exploded over the internet for the world to see. Dave is a convicted pedophile. According to court documents obtained by 16 by 9, Dave was sentenced to 1 year in jail in 1992 for sexually assaulting, sexually exploiting, and videotaping young people. But it hasn't stopped him from achieving YouTube stardom.
I'm the most loved and the most hated man on YouTube.
Dave divides his world into black and white, and his followers are either one or the other.
Dave's Farm lovers think I'm the god of cars and technical stuff.
And who do the Dave haters think you are?
A dirty pedophile like Michael Jackson who's just trying to attract kids to the farm so I can rape and molest them.
Dave says his sexual perversion began ironically when he purchased his first camera in 1989. And it's been cameras that have made him famous on YouTube today. He says he was bipolar and unmedicated. He says his condition made him dangerous.
I actually wasn't imagining doing it with kids. There was just nobody else around at that point in time. I just filmed them masturbating. The touches that I did was doing this stuff all along. I hang out with women. I mean, this is why I have children. I like it's women I'm after, not children. I have lots of money. If I wanted to exploit children, I could certainly pay them and pay them to shut up or pay them to do whatever I wanted.
This guy's a monster.
He's dangerous to be around.
We're horrified at what is going on at this farm.
And if there is a list of haters, these two women may very well be at the top. Anna Toms and Evelyn Van Beest have a lot in common. Both women were romantically involved with Dave Rock in the 90s. Both women gave birth to sons. And both women are terrified of him.
He's not safe to be around children.
Anna met Dave Rock first. She says shortly into their relationship, she became pregnant with Dave's child. But at 3 months, she says she received a bizarre phone call from a concerned stranger.
He said that I really needed to look into his background, that he was a convicted pedophile, and I was already pregnant at the time, and I thought, oh my goodness, you know, what is all of this? So I had someone look into it, and I found out that it was all true.
Anna says she had already walked out of the relationship at that point. She'd fallen in love with another man who she eventually married. And when Charles was born in 1996, she went to court to get sole custody.
He wanted unsupervised access and visitation to the child, and I said, there's no way, you're not safe to be around children.
Dave's criminal documents were submitted in court, outlining his pedophile past.
Basically, Dave gave up after that. That he would sign off all rights to Charles.
And while Dave was fighting for one son, he started another relationship with this woman, Evelyn Van Beest. She says Dave confessed about his past, but despite his history of pedophilia, she wanted to believe the best in him. She says after giving birth to their son Andrew, Dave was allowed supervised visits, but she says there was one disturbing incident with the new baby that she calls the final straw.
Well, Dave was right over top of me, and I undid the diaper, and I'm thinking, what the hell? So, and then he looks at Andrew's penis and starts, oh, look at him, he's just like me, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, oh my God. I put the diaper back on right away and said, you've got to go.
Evelyn went to court and received sole custody. She moved to another province and started a new life. Years had gone by, and both women say they believed they had put Dave Rock behind them. And then suddenly, one day, these videos began appearing on YouTube.
So this is a story about how Evelyn Van Beest stole my child. I have another lost son issue. Well, Anna and Robert stole my son from me when he was 3 months old. And this can be yours. This is my reward money. Still, no one has identified where Andrew Van Beest lives.
I have had death threats. He had everybody convinced and manipulated, hello, I have sole custody, that I stole his son.
I called the police. He started sending me messages through the YouTube account. He called the house again, said that he was never going to give up.
Anna says Dave hacked into her computer and accessed personal emails and other files. Dave Rock was convicted of criminal harassment. He spent 6 days in jail and was sentenced to 3 years probation. Anna has a restraining order against him. And there was a big problem. Both boys had no idea their biological father was a convicted pedophile. They agreed to speak with us only if we would not show their faces.
I just don't want to see him after what he's done to other people.
Do you ever want to meet Dave Rock?
No, not really at all. I think he's not a great man to go around with or even really talk to.
Dave says his YouTube fame has always been for only one purpose.
I wanted to be famous enough that my teenage children could find me. And I would be so famous, since teenagers are the demographics who are watching YouTube videos, then, since I didn't know where they were, they would be able to find out that I was their father and I was looking for them.
If you had a chance to say one thing to him about all of this, what would you say?
I'd ask him to leave me alone and just stop.
Still to come on 16 by 9.
If you were a convicted pedophile, you have no business ever driving around in a car by yourself with an 11-year-old kid sitting on your lap.
That's all coming up